Hey everybody, it's Hot Mic Sports. We keep the mic hot and home of the hot takes. I want to welcome you back to our episode of Steel City Sagas. And today against the Buffalo Bills, when we lost 26-7, falling to 6-6, I have to say, I didn't think it could get any worse. Big game against Baltimore coming up on the 7th of December. It's at Baltimore. I'm pretty worried. Baltimore always gets up for us, as we always get up for Baltimore too. But it's just a different vibe now when you watch the Steelers, y'all. It's not the old traditional Steelers football that we're used to seeing. And right now, we're all dealing with the same thing, and that's accepting what we see on the field. This product of what we see on the field is not what we're used to, and I hope that this may be the last season that we're going to have to suffer through this. I look around the NFL to a lot of teams that have a sense of direction. They have a young quarterback. They have young players, new coaches, new coaching staffs, and they have completely regenerated their franchises. As for us, same old thing week to week. It's getting atrocious. It's getting very bad. And I hate to say this, but these Steelers team ain't going to make the playoffs if we keep playing like this. And even if we do, I don't even want to see us in the playoffs. It's just the harsh reality of it. We have no offense. We're suffering. DK Metcalf can't break one coverage to save his life. None of the receivers can get separation. Aaron Rodgers simply does not have enough help on the offensive side of the ball. This was another story of the same old same. Defense holds them up as much as they can, but the offense cannot capitalize. Forced 2 turnovers in the first half, which we didn't score on either one. Aaron Rodgers can't get the ball down the field because wide receivers can't get open. The running game, there's no running game. And speaking of running game, today was the worst defensive performance that I have seen in a long time. We allowed 249 yards rushing to the Buffalo Bills, y'all. Don't get me wrong, James Cook, Josh Allen, they run. They do. But 249 yards on a Pittsburgh Steelers defense is totally unheard of. And week to week, as I'm watching us and watching the defense, do the best they can. Don't get me wrong, they're doing the best they can. Cam Hayward brought the fire today. The defense came out. They played aggressive. They played like you wanted to see them play. Motivated. I'm loving Jalen Ramsey. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Until the offense can't move the ball. Congratulations to Josh Allen, by the way. Broke the record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. But guess what? It had to be at our expense, right? It was bad enough we couldn't stop James Cook, who finished with over 100 yards on the ground. But then we allowed Buffalo to get comfortable, start moving the ball down the field. Of course, Josh Allen's going to step up when he needs to. We came out in the second half, couldn't protect Aaron Rodgers. They forced a fumble on us. Look at the man's nose. He was bleeding. He's already playing with 3 fractures in his wrist because Aaron Rodgers is tough. But I will say this. Aaron Rodgers has been on his best behavior in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. You can see him from time to time, jawing, whatever. But for the most part, he's stuck to the game plan. He's been an upright citizen in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. No attitude, no throwing people under the bus. But you can see his frustration building. And you can also see in the fourth quarter, he said, you know what, forget the plays. I'm running the plays. We're going to run a no-huddle offense, quick offense down the field. We get the ball all the way down to the red zone. The best field position we've had all game. And we come up short on a bad play call on a 4th and 2 at the goal line. What are we doing? Gainwell is not Jerome Bettis. You can see as the play was being called, Tony Romo said it. He didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the way it looked. And I'm sure other Steelers fans didn't like the way it looked. And speaking of Steelers fans, we're doing the best we can, y'all, and I'm proud of us. Because when I'm watching the game, I'm waiting for the boos to come, and you hear the boos a little bit, but they don't flood the stadium. And that's because Pittsburgh Steelers fans have class. We're traditional. We're trying to be patient. We're trusting the process. We're trusting the franchise to put the right product on the field every week. But at some point, y'all, we have to accept the reality that this is our team. And even if we made the playoffs, y'all, we're going home in the first round again. 7 points. Scored the whole game. 7 points that we scored in the first quarter was all we scored the whole game. outscored 23-0 in the second half. It's horrible. It's horrendous. They should be ashamed of themselves. Embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to be a Steelers fan. I used to wear this jersey with so much pride, wave my towel with so much pride, and now every week I'm just disappointed. I'm sad. I don't want to see the game. But, of course, I'm going to tune in because I'm going to watch the Steelers, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to hope that they can turn it around. The defense is decent enough. The offense is what needs work. I'm okay with the offensive coordinator, but the defensive coordinator allowing 249 yards rushing today, I got to say, somebody got to go, y'all. I don't know if it's Tomlin. I don't know if they just need to blow the whole thing up and start over. We lost Patrick Queen today. He wasn't really making that big of a, I guess you could say, he wasn't making that big of a difference anyways. He's fast, he's talented, but he does not have the football IQ of a Mike linebacker like we need. This team relies on the pass rush, and we did the best we could. We got Josh Allen once today, but come on, like once? That's horrible. Where's the Steelers football, y'all? Where is it? We can't move the ball down the field. We can't run the ball. Offense, absent. And then you look at the spotlight and you say, hey, Darnell Washington is 6'7", 311 pounds. Maybe we should throw the ball to him more often. Nope, we don't. Every once in a while, we'll start feeding him, but it's too late. Just like it was too late today. He is the one bright side on the offensive side of the ball that we can rely on and play through. We got some talented players on offense, don't get me wrong. Pat Freiermuth, where you at? Where are we at? You cannot throw jump balls to Calvin Austin III and expect him to come down with him. He's too little. DK Metcalf can't get separation in one-on-one coverage. What is going on? Every time Aaron Rodgers stepped back to pass the ball today, everybody was covered and smothered. And you can see it when he took that sack. Everybody was covered. Nobody's getting any separation. Nobody's helping the quarterback. And I used to say, hey, you know what? Aaron Rodgers may have a little gas left in the tank, and he does. And I believe he does. But as long as we have the wide receiver talent that we have, we ain't going nowhere. As long as we keep allowing big rushing games like this, we're not going nowhere. It's one thing to hold the other team and keep it a close game. But it's another thing for your defense to keep the game close because your offense can't move the ball down the field. This is like those old Ravens team back in the day when you didn't know what kind of offense you would get, but the defense would show up. Well, the Pittsburgh defense, it bends, and it bends as much as it can bend, and then it breaks because it's tired. It's tired of trying to hold the offense all four quarters because that's not what's supposed to happen. The offense is supposed to get the defense a break, as we all know. But for whatever the case or whatever the reason, we don't have enough. That's why we're 6-6. We've lost the last 5 out of 7 games. It's not looking good, y'all. The black clouds are rolling over. And if you're anything like me, I'm ready for Mike Tomlin to go. I'm ready for the Pittsburgh Steelers to blow this whole thing up. Start from scratch. Trade Tomlin. Do something. Get a younger head coach. Get a more offensive-minded head coach. Get with the times, Pittsburgh Steelers. This old way of playing football is getting outdated. We can, run the ball, play defense. That's going to always be the core of Pittsburgh football. But when you cannot move the ball down the field in an offense-driven league, you're going to have a problem. And we've been seeing this ever since the great Big Roethlisberger has retired. And not only that, we're not losing enough games to get a good pick in the draft. So we're always middle tier, and we always sign the oldest quarterback we can sign just to hold on by a thread, just to get one game over 500. Well, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I don't want to come back on this podcast sleep. I want to come back on my podcast, and I want to talk about great Pittsburgh Steelers football. The great Pittsburgh Steelers football that I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing us come out here and get ran all over like this, y'all. It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing to be a defensive franchise that allows this type of game. And now, looking next week to the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson and that Baltimore Ravens team is going to come to play at home. They sent us home last year in an ugly win. An ugly, ugly win. Well, ugly loss for us, but a good-looking win for them. And I'm sure they're going to be riding that same confidence to come into this game and destroy us with Derrick Henry. Because if we couldn't stop James Cook, we definitely ain't going to be able to stop Derrick Henry, y'all. I don't care if he's 30 or not. The man still can run the ball. He still got legs. And we need to worry about that. We also need to worry about protecting Aaron Rodgers and keep him upright. Because believe it or not, we still have a chance to win this division. And even if we win this division, y'all, it's not like we got a whole lot to look forward to in the playoffs. It's not like we got a whole lot to look forward to for the rest of the season. All we're going to be doing is sitting back and saying, hey, you know what? If they get in, they get in. If they don't, they don't. But one thing I would say is this. If Mike Tomlin has his first losing season, I don't want to hear, well, hey, it's just his first losing season. Let's give him another chance. I think that since 2010, if you only got 4 playoff wins, it's time to go. When you haven't won a game since 2016, playoff game since 2016, it's time to go. When you are 1 game over 500 for consecutive seasons, it's time to go. And I hate to say this, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's starting to look like we have had the advantage of being in a weak division when other teams were down and we were up. And even when we were up, we couldn't seal the deal with Roethlisberger, AB, Le'Veon, that great young defense we had. We couldn't even seal the deal then. The league is only getting tougher. The league is only getting faster. The league is only getting younger. We need to get with the times, y'all. We need to get with the times. Let's blow it up. Let's get a new franchise quarterback. Let's get a new defensive coordinator. And let's see what we can do. Let's actually get some talent at the wide receiver position. Let's sign some wide receivers who can get separation from the corners. The NFL draft is coming up. I would love to have Carnell Tate from Ohio State. You know that is wide receiver you. Let's get back to getting back to Steelers football. Winning tradition. Keep it classy, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. You know how we do. We down right now, but hey, one day we're going to be back. Because, hey, we Sixburg. And it's only one team that can jump to us, and that's the New England Patriots. Now that all that is out the way, I want to say this. As long as the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to put this product on the field, we deserve everything we have coming to us. We have not been able to evolve with the league. We don't have a franchise quarterback. We don't have a franchise running back. We don't have wide receiver talent. And we have an aging defense that we just paid a lot of money to, as well as signing DK Metcalf. The Steelers have spent a lot of money in free agency just to give us this product on the field. So what I think is the Pittsburgh Steelers organization has given Mike Tomlin everything that he could ask for. They spent money in the offseason. They brought in a couple guys that he's really in favor of, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Rodgers, Jonnu Smith, and he still cannot deliver for Steeler Nation. This is Hot Mike Sports, y'all. This has been Steel City Saga. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to join me on my weekly episodes that come out on Wednesday. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. Comment down here. Let us know. What do you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers' future, y'all? This has been Hot Mike Sports. This is Dev signing off.